Okay, trying out this little portable washing machine. It's very compact. Has suction cups on the bottom to stick to the surface. Comes with this little tube, but in order to plug the tube in, there's not a way to stop it from just automatically draining. I tested that first before videoing. So I just found it was easier to put it by a sink. That way I can just pull the drain when the time comes. There's a little plug back here, and it just goes in like that. You want that in before you start the washing machine. It has two features, washing and drying, or I guess technically spinning. It doesn't have heat. But it seems like the best way to do this is to kind of push from the bottom, pop it up, so it's got a decent sized basket. You're only supposed to fill to the silicone. So I'm going to put the soap in. Okay, and I'm going to put a couple of cleaning rags in here. There we go. And then I'm going to put in my water. I just got it straight out of the sink. This way I can do warm water, so it's a warm rinse cycle. Looks like it requires about 5 liters of water to fill it to the top of the silicone. But I can probably go ahead and start it here. So here's the control panel up here on the front. It says long press to turn it on, and then a short press, I'm selecting the 10-minute mode. So there it goes, it's already spinning. So I've got it on a 10-minute cycle. It definitely needs more water. I think that'll allow it to agitate better. It doesn't hold a lot, but it would work great, like probably in a camping situation where you need cleaning undies or something. Put a little bit more water in, and we'll let it finish its cycle, and then we'll pause for a minute while it runs the 10-minute cycle, and then when it's time for it to drain, we'll show that process. Get the last of the water in. Looks like I need a little bit more than 5 quarts of water to get it all the way up. There we go. Alright, we'll let that go. It's continuing to run. I'm doing a great job of agitating. There's not anything specific in instructions about how to rinse, but I'm assuming you just drain and put in clean water and do the same thing. I mentioned quarts partway through my last segment, and I meant liters, so it's probably about 6 liters of fluid. Depending on how many clothing items you put in. This would be good for like someone that's tent camping and needs to do like some socks and underwear, or you get a favorite shirt or two dirty and need to clean them. Somewhere where there's not a full-size washing machine, maybe like a smaller travel trailer, this would be good for doing emergency washing in a pinch. Anyways, I will bring you back when we're in rinse mode. So it didn't signal or anything after the 10-minute cycle. It just stopped spinning and shut itself off. So now I'm going to come over here and drain the water. I've got some rinse water ready here. So we're going to pop that. It looks like, yeah, I can feel it's definitely soapy water. It agitated it really well. So I'd say it did a good job in regards to the washing. Another thing my wife mentioned that might be good for utilizing this washing machine is like for swimsuits at the beach or something. You could throw your swimsuit in afterwards and give it a quick rinse or wash. It would do a thorough job there as well. So we'll come back here in just a minute. I'm basically just going to pour some fresh water in and let it agitate again for a few minutes. Drain that, and then we'll go through the spinning cycle. Okay, so I finished draining the rinse water out. I've got the drain valve open per the instructions. I pulled these out and just gave them a little bit of a squeeze. You know, they're not dry by any means. And now it says to assemble this basket. It comes like this in 2 pieces. And you basically slip that down in like that. And it clicks in. And then that sits down inside here. And then you're supposed to put your items inside that drain basket. Obviously there's not a lot of room, so we'll see how well this works. But anyways, now it says to run a 3-minute cycle with the drain on the back of it open. That way any water, here we go, it comes out. Whoa, wow, that thing moves. Okay, well, those suction cups could have done a little better job of sticking. But there is water coming out of the back there, that's for sure. Maybe these are too heavy. I guess that's what the point of the suction cups was. Maybe once it gets a little bit of the water out, it'll get a little bit less wobbly. There. Okay, so apparently you're supposed to hold on to it for the first little bit, but now it's actually running on its own there, so alright. Okay, so it just kicked off from its spin cycle. I'd say it didn't get a lot of moisture out of it, maybe if you ran it several times. I'd probably just line dry if I was using this in a tent camping or RV camping situation instead. Just wring it out as best as possible. It definitely did a great job at washing. I definitely felt like the towels got the soap thoroughly agitated within, and then the rinse cycle cleaned out all the remaining soap. The spin cycle, it's just okay, but the rest of it, I'd say it does its job. Overall, I think it would be a decent product for anyone needing a small washer somewhere where they don't have access to a large washer. More for like smaller items. Don't expect to wash an entire outfit or anything in this. All right, thank you for watching.
Well, this administration has been known to hide everything from the American public.
Going for as little as $5. Senator Ted Cruz, in fact, posted on X that President Biden is rushing to sell off sections
So this is the product. It's got a little plug in the back for the wash cycle. And so I'm just starting off with the scarf. And it lights up, the little basket goes inside. Remember to put the top part of the basket that's bigger on the top. This part is the agitator that'll be used for rinsing later on. It comes with a little drain, so it makes it easy to drain it. I have it in my kitchen next to my sink so I can make sure to drain it. I'm not using very much laundry detergent. So I'm just gonna kind of put this in here. And we're gonna let it go for about 5 minutes. It's got several settings on it. This is my first time using it. Hoping to use it going camping. That would be great. So it's got 3 little buttons. You can do 5, 10, or 3-minute cycle. And then when you're ready to rinse it, then you can plug in the drain in the back. So I'll come back whenever we're ready to rinse.
my side and said, I've got to wrap up. You want to keep talking, you want to keep asking questions, but they were very animated. And listen, I hope she comes back. I actually think this is a different take. I think she had a mission that she wanted to do, and maybe she wanted to have
What?
Why do you have that?
Videos.